The IEC says the new regulations for the Political Party Funding Act will be in place before the 2021 local government elections. The Commission held its last Western Cape hearing meeting before moving to other provinces.
Pace it up.
The IEC is racing against time to finalize regulations for political party funding. This is aimed at ensuring transparency and preventing undue political influence. There are mounting calls to discourage anonymous party political funders.
It's something for other institutions like the Treasury to look at more closely, whether there should be tax incentives for persons to donate money.
Others want the 15 million rand threshold reduced.
We note that the thresholds that are given, and I'm talking about the 100,000 and the 15 million, are maybe rather too high, and would urge that in the South African context in particular, and what we have just undergone as a country, these should be revised.
The proposed regulations make no mention of a policy for the protection of whistleblowers, and we think this is a big gap. If a member of the public has knowledge of a disclosure that was made and it contained information, for example, that was false, inaccurate or misleading, and the IEC is not aware of this, surely there should be provision made for that to be made to the IEC.
And the ANC says it may be too complex to monitor the bank accounts of its 4,700 branches.
We need to avoid an overly complex system that discourages donations and drains public resources into compliance, away from promoting multi-party democracy.
Party funding is also set to be investigated internally for those vying for the ANC elections.
Today we are destroying one another, destroying our movement, and destroying the nation through the influence of money and patronage. And we have to do something related to this. So we even agreed to amend our through the eye of the needle, our internal policy in terms of lobbying and conferences. We even went further to want to bring in our next NGC, a national conference, how to regulate individual campaigns and how to fund them.
The information regulator says the collection of bank details and personal information of donors by the IEC must be done responsibly. The regulator wants a public interest clause inserted in the regulations to override donors who wish to remain anonymous.
We feel that if you put that public interest override, that might save you. Because otherwise, the donors will come and say, these are my reasons, please do not disclose my identity or the contribution that I made. That will defeat the purpose of the Act.
Meanwhile, the IEC has appointed George Mahlangu to head up the political party funding unit. Bulelani Phillip, SABC News, Cape Town.